Righty, and welcome to my Christmas tech list. So, first of all, happy festive season, and thank you for tuning in. I'm going to be showing you some tech that I've selected for my Christmas tech list. It's all equipment that I have and I use, so there's no endorsements here, there's no sponsorships or anything like that. This is just me giving you ideas for Christmas if you're into tech. So I'm going to whistle through each one of these and we'll now look at the first one. So, having said that, festive period's typically something where you want to look at films together, the family. So the first one I've put for you is this, which is the ASUS ROG Raptor. It's a very, very, very good multi-band Wi-Fi router. It's probably one of the best on the market. I bought this, as you can see, February 2025, and I haven't looked back since. The performance is absolutely amazing. I have a lot of tech that's Wi-Fi enabled, starting from the lights you see behind me, sockets, laptops, anything really of the kit that I have uses Wi-Fi. So this is definitely a good one to look at. I've bought it up on the Amazon website. Also, ASUS has its own store on the Amazon website, so you can see there, visit the store. I don't know about promos and things. This video isn't like the Black Friday one, which is trying to look at the tech I use, but based on promos. This is literally just the tech that I would recommend for Christmas gifts. They can be for anyone in your family, friends, relatives, whoever you know needs these can be looking at this tech. So, next one along, they're not in a specific order, Airtags. These are really, really useful for anything. If you're like me, that I either lose my keys or my wallet or anything, then I definitely suggest you go with the Airtags. The Apple ones are good. I think they lack a bit usability in the sense that the device is what you see. So it's literally just a circle. There are key rings you can get on Amazon. There are tag holders. They're all things that I think complement very well this device. So that's a very good one. Next up, Ring. So bear in mind that I don't use Ring now, but I had a property that was protected with Ring. It was 4 floors, about 1,000 square meters. We had probably every single device of Ring in there, either once or multiple times. So Ring gives you things like what you're seeing here, which is literally the security base. It then gives you a keypad. You can then get multiple keypads. If you're looking for an alarm system where you get to govern how it's set up, and you get to govern how much you're spending, and you get to personalize it to the nth degree, this is definitely that. There are also other alarm systems like Verisure, like ADL, etc., but they're very catalog based, and they'll push to have someone come out and do the definition of the requirements. Whereas if you know what you're trying to do, we ended up with about 200 components of Ring. Their support's very, very good. So if you're stuck on any ideas, for example, I wanted to know if I could put more than one keypad. I rung up the tech support and they helped me straight away. Bear in mind that Ring is now part of Amazon. So that means that you've got the support there and the customer first approach, which is something definitely worth having in mind. So Ring, definitely something worthwhile if you've got ground floor house or an apartment or something where you want that extra security. Ring is the perfect component for that. It's got cameras, it's got window sensors, it's got glass smashing sensors, so it can even detect if windows are broken or opened, or infrared sensors, pet aware sensors. It's just got everything. So that's a very solid choice. Next one, something completely different. Might be for yourself, might be for a friend, might be for someone that's struggling with time management. This is a time tracker. I use it. Let me just show you. It's currently in charge, but what it can look like once it's actually set up is, you see it's got different faces based on how you turn it, and that's interfacing directly with the software. You can see here the software is basically talking to your calendar, it's talking to the tracker, and it basically does summaries of what you've been doing, how long you've been doing it for, what have you been actually actively utilizing. It's just a really, really good instrument for time tracking. It comes with its tracker, as I mentioned, which is this physical tracker. I love it. You see here on the website, it's white. And as I showed you, it's basically, you can customize it. Every face of that timer or tracker is basically encoding in the timer, in the counter, what you're actually doing as well. So for example, I've got one for YouTube, I've got one for writing, I've got one for reading. If you turn that face upwards, so the reading one, for example, it's going to say, okay, so you're reading, and it's going to count the amount of time that you've read for. That's a very nice device. My suggestion is to go with both together. So you're looking at the tracker plus the software and the cloud sync, which enables you to utilize this across devices. So this is definitely something worth looking at to pick up if you want to help someone with productivity. Let's go on to the next one. Yes. Well, so some of you know that I dropped my Remarkable 2. It broke, and I went in with Black Friday deal to replace it with the Remarkable Pro. Now, I've been using it for about a week and a half too. I would say it's a substantial step up from Remarkable 2, but I'm not going to say go with this one. They've got a very good website where you can compare the devices. So you see there's actually a comparison area, and you can define and look at the criteria of comparison. The reason I'm saying this is, for my use case, the Remarkable Paper Pro is perfect. The size is fine. It's a little bit bigger than the Remarkable 2. I just find it a genuinely nice writing experience. But you could be the type that wants to just take notes on the fly while walking around. Maybe that's where the Paper Pro Move comes in. So it's a much smaller device. They remind me a bit of the Moleskine type notepads. So that's a very useful thing. You can see there's comparison of size, weight, the thinness. Not that that's really her criteria, but again, tech's gone that way. So the one I've got, as I've said, is the Paper Pro. Love it. The main upgrade is the fact that instead of encoding the colors like you do with the Remarkable 2, you're actually writing directly in the color that you want. So as you can see on the screen, it's saying, red, blue, etc. The colors are slightly dull in the sense that don't expect them to be popping like a highlighter, because that's not what you're going to get. It's color. It's encoding the color, which means once you look at it on the Remarkable desktop application, you're going to see a really nice render of it. But consider that, again, these are e-ink displays. They're not an iPad or a tablet that has, a full high-res screen. Okay, you can read PDFs on here. You can't read ebooks. So if you're looking to gift an ebook, this is not that device. If you want to gift ebooks or a subscription to ebooks, then you're looking more at either a Kindle Fire or I've got actually a normal Kindle. As I said, I do have a lot of tech. This is one that you could use for reading. It's definitely not the same experience. You can't write on it. The refresh rate is quite slow. it's really for only reading. So just as the Kindle is only for reading, the Remarkable Paper Pro is really only for writing. Writing, drawing, sketching, if you like to sketch, if you like to draw, this is definitely the device for that. You can send the images that you draw. You can also stream the tablet. So if you've got the Remarkable Paper Pro, you can actually stream that to a screen. So that's something I would definitely recommend. On to the next device. I've talked about this already before, Pulsetto or Pulsetto, I don't know how you actually pronounce it. Very interesting device. I'd put it in the category of medical. What it does is it stimulates the vagus nerves that go down the neck. I find it extremely relaxing. I also use it for the problems I have with my eyes. It's actually helped me get out of the problem also of the blepharospasm of the eyes that is caused by the allergy. You still see me sometimes that I can't keep them perfectly open. But this Pulsetto's helped a lot, together with obviously the task and the activity of building Lego. Pulsetto is app-based, so you can't do anything without the phone and the app. The app comes in two versions, a basic and and a pro version. The pro version lets you control the type of training and things you do with it. It's genuinely very interesting to use. My only suggestion would be, if you're going to use it, is suggest either to who you're going to gift it to, or to the person that's going to use it, to start with number 1 as a setting. Because to be honest, the first times you stimulate this type of nerve, it's not something that's used to being stimulated, so it's quite intense. The sessions can be from 4 minutes to 20. I normally use the 4-minute one because mine's for, again, intervening on the eye problems that I've got, but you can use it for pain management. If you've got very strong neck pains or shoulder pains or back pains, it works very, very well. Those sessions are around 20 minutes. Really good tool. I can definitely recommend it. I've had this now for quite some time. You can even see there's it's in Italian, but you can see there's the Christmas discounts. So there's a plus. You can get hold of that at a good price. So let's move on to the next one. I love smart tech when it's applied to things to do with health, to be honest. The Apple Watch Ultra is one I have. I use that a lot for tracking things like heartbeat, things like oxygenation of the blood. I'll tell you a story about this, for example. When I first got my Apple Watch Ultra, I was still full on in the problem with my eyes. And bear in mind, when I say problem with the eyes, I'm talking functionally blind, which means the eye can see, but you would struggle to actually be able to keep them open. I found out through the Apple Watch Ultra and a couple of apps I had on there that I was actually having practically what you would call a panic attack every time I was going out, because I was afraid to fall. I did fall quite a few times. And it was showing me and it was giving me those alerts. I then used that over time to understand when I was feeling in that mode. And I would then use it to mitigate. So Apple Watch Ultra, I'm not looking at it from a point of view of the, let's say the look of it or the style. What I'm saying is it's a very good health tool and a health enabler. Some people call it health hacks. It's a tool that works really well. So I'm definitely going to recommend that. You can also turn it into a style gift. So you can, personalize it, wristbands, casings, covers, colors, etc. It's infinitely customizable and it's a very good piece of technology. Moving on, but staying in the realm of health or medical, another thing I've struggled with a lot is, so I have hypertension, and one of the things I struggle a lot with at night is I get quite warm when I'm sleeping. I struggle to sleep. I have pretty bad back. And I came across this article that was talking about 8 sleep being used by Formula One drivers. And I was like, why on earth are they using that? Looked into it a bit more. And what I found out was this is an incredible piece of technology. And what it does is it basically, and you can see the video, it regulates the temperature of the bed, but in a different way than maybe, you could say, well, I can just get a warm electric blanket and there I have my heat. This system basically recirculates water inside a thing called the pod, which wraps your mattress, and it's in 2 different functional areas. So you can be obviously in 2, one side being heated or cooled, the other side the opposite. So for example, in my case, I have it cooled, set to about 16, 17 degrees, which means it's subtracting heat from my body, whereas my wife will typically put it at 28, 30, because she's always cold. What's extremely interesting is the pod you see here, this is basically the one that is the heat pump or the cooling pump. And that is run by an application that sits on your phone. It's coordinated by the sensors that are in the pod. And what you're basically getting out of this is a machine learning or AI technology in the application is constantly reviewing heartbeat, breathing rate, snoring or not snoring, movements, etc. And it's modifying the settings of the temperature to match what you need. And I can say I've easily doubled, if not sometimes tripled, the amount of time I manage to rest during the night. It's not a magic wand. I still have the back pain. That's not going to get solved with this. But it's a very, very, very good gift if you know of someone that's having sleeping problems, if they struggle with temperature at night, either hot or cold. It's just genuinely a very interesting piece of kit. It also has something that I don't have, which is you can choose to have the base that's electrically controlled, as you can see there. It tilts up and down and lifts your feet up and down. I didn't go with that because I already had an orthopedic net. Also, depending on the mattress, some mattresses don't like to be bent and folded. The one I have, which is a Tempur, you probably could, but I just chose not to. So I'm only with the temperature control. But there are also functionalities around lifting your back if you start to snore, or lowering it, or if you start to get restless, it might lift your legs a bit. So this is a very, very good gift if you have issues around sleeping. The website's very well done. It explains very well how everything works. You can see you can literally go in and learn about each of the components. I won't hide, this is a quite expensive piece of kit. I think when I got it, it was around 5,000 euros. But you often get, look, you can see there's even here, there's 400 off with a discount specifically in this period of the holidays. Having looked at that, we can now move on to something else, which is around health. So Hume Health is a band, again, that you can see it there, goes on your wrist, and that will give you a whole load of metrics and information around your metabolism, around how you're feeling, around stress, around a lot of other parameters. One of the things I've understood recently is the best way to monitor certain parameters is to actually monitor them with multiple aspects. So for example, the Apple Ultra Watch is very good for certain things. It definitely can tell about heartbeat acceleration, etc. But it may not be so precise for other measurements. For example, the sleep tracking on the Ultra is something I wouldn't really suggest. The 8 Sleep has a much better tracking system because the sensors are inside the pod. They're underneath you when you're sleeping. This is a very good system, for example, if you're out and about and you want to track certain parameters. It also comes with the possibility to put it in use with a smart scale. I haven't got that. I've got a different smart scale, sorry, of, I failed to remember the name now. In any case, I do have that and it works very well. You see this one is done in this way, so you're going to have electrode sensors here on the feet. It's detecting certain, let's say, details of your body which you wouldn't be able to know in any other way. So very good tool. I would definitely suggest it. So yeah, have a look at it. Hume Health, very nice and very interesting. Moving on, totally different topic. I try to always cover things for also content creators because I am one, but I also want to help and give back to people that are trying to make content, because I think it's a bit like art was once upon a time, was the opportunity to express oneself. Content like YouTube videos that are done sensibly are also that. I'm not advocating for those silly videos that, just, take up people's time. But guys that are creating content that are really valid, like the other day I met on a call a gentleman that was doing literally an art channel. They're content creators that need help. So here's one that I'm suggesting. This is an arm for holding up your laptop. I actually have two of these, one on the left and one on the right of the desk. I'll probably do a behind the scenes video. What these are doing is holding my two laptops. If you remember, when I was abroad, I broke the screen, or the screen just simply broke on my first MacBook 16. That's now become the streaming tool. The second one is my live one, and that's the one I use for everything else. My desk didn't really have the space to hold all of this. So what I did is I got these stands. They're very good. They're not gas controlled, so they're spring based. You have to control it basically through the screws, but very, very useful. The price is right. I would just generally go looking at this if you want to have a way to hold your laptop above the desk with nothing underneath. So for in my case, for example, I've got the A10 Mini, the Rode, they take up space. To avoid that space being taken by the laptop, it's basically suspended. So this is a very nice piece of kit. Moving on, very, very interesting piece of kit. I've literally got that here, if you want to have an idea of size. This is a video editing console. It's done by Blackmagic. Their tech is really, really, really good. I mean, the software they do is amazing, but also the tech they have is amazing. I can give you some multiple examples. The conversion of the video signal from my Red camera is going through a Blackmagic converter. Works amazing. Blackmagic also do the A10 Mini, which I'm going to show you in a minute. Absolutely amazing piece of kit. That's going into my laptop, which you're currently seeing the video signal from. This DaVinci Resolve speed editor, what it does is it puts controls that are specific for the DaVinci Resolve into physical buttons and into a jog wheel. Extremely useful for skimming the timeline, extremely useful for putting in content, removing content, cutting content. It's just a really, really nice tool. It's a bit on the expensive side, as most stuff of Blackmagic is, but I would say definitely worth the money. I bought this literally 2 weeks ago and finding it extremely good. Having said that, what else are we proposing? Yes, look at this. This was bought in September. Elgato Facecam. This is the 4K model. If you're wondering why I'm not using it like now, it's because I'm using a Red camera. So that's a cinematic camera with Canon lens on it, which is a 24-70 with a 1.4 or 2.4 aperture. I can't remember now. You're talking about 4,000 or 5,000 euros of lens. And I do that as the main camera. If you look at any of my Lego content that I do with my wife, or any of the videos that have multi-cam shots, that's definitely not feasible and practical with a Red camera. The budget would just be absurd. These little cameras, they're webcams. They use USB as the interface. You will need, as I found out doing the call with the guys from Ecamm, you will need a powered hub to run if you're going to have 3 of them or 4 of them running. But they are amazing for simplicity of positioning, angles, shots. I have one mounted like a dolly, so I can move it around my Lego pieces. I have one mounted fixed at the Lego basket. If you want to have an idea of what I'm talking about, I'll put a link in the description of one of my Lego videos so you can get a feel for that. These cameras are really good. They've got amazing sensors for what they are. The lens is very good, and this is a very, very good device. This one specifically, I've got it above my head. You can't really see it. It's the one that does the top shots of all my Lego builds. It's a very, very good high resolution, and I would definitely recommend that any day. Ah, right. Okay, so GVM, it's a brand that is quite popular on Amazon. I bought this set after the recommendation of a fellow colleague that does content as well. Also, I think, Sean Kennelly also mentioned this on his site. This set is really good. The one that you're seeing behind me is literally one of the 3 lights that I utilize. The studio's lit by them and by the newer, which are down at the bottom, that give the red and the green lighting. This set of 3 is very good. If you can get it when there's promos, the pricing's very good. But again, very simple LED panels, controllable via app. You literally can change the color. There are RGBs, so you can also potentially, I'm always pointing normally white light at specific temperatures, so daylight type lighting, but you can point colored lights. You can make them do special effects. You can make them do routines. I think for Halloween we use them to do like, a bit more of a spooky environment. So this is definitely a nice piece of kit. I would always recommend these for anyone that's interested in lighting their studio and making it work very well. It also comes with the tripods. It comes with everything you need basically to run them. So very good device indeed. Moving on, this is another nice piece of kit. I bought this in August. I knew it already. I just didn't choose to utilize it at the beginning. This is the Rodecaster through which currently everything's going. You can see I can lift the music that's running, and that's coming from my phone. So that's Bluetoothing into the Rode. All I do is lift the levers that you see here, and by lifting those, you can either increase the volume, decrease the volume, and the same for my voice. I can totally decrease it or increase it based on my needs. You can mix, you can add sound to it. It's got a touch screen, very, very good piece of software, both in the hardware itself, but also there's software on the desktop for controlling it. It's USB-C, so you can literally plug it into your computer, and at which point that's going to work perfectly. I'm going to apologize. I need to put my drops a minute. This is the disadvantage of this eye problem. It will give me issues, but okay, I suppose I'll just carry on. So this is a nice piece of kit worth getting. If you're interested in merging the sound with video, which is not what I'm doing with this Rode, you can do the Rode Video S, so Rodecaster Video S. That's an audio video mixer. I don't need that because I've got the A10 Mini from Blackmagic, so I've chose to separate the devices. The reason I do that is also for redundancy. In case one of them went to break or be issues, I can then fail over to the other one. Also for the type of setup I have where I'm also streaming in different moments, gameplay or parts of Windows desktops or Mac desktops, and I still have audio that I need to come in. So I have audio in this case coming in from my DJI mic, which I presented in my Blackmagic, in my, what's it called? Yeah, the Black Friday video. So in the Black Friday video, you see this microphone. It's inside the little case like this, and you can open it and it acts as a charger. It's got the microphone in it and everything, and I use that. But I can also use above here, there's a Rode shotgun mic, which is specifically for when I don't want something to appear in the shot, but the audio to be still good. So the Rode has also XLR connectors at the back, so I can go in with 2 XLR mics. Supports phantom power, is available in black or in white. It's just a very, very good piece of kit indeed. Moving on, this is another one I thought I'd put up for you in case you're looking at, again, fellow content creators, if you're looking at streaming or recording video of any HDMI source, this is perfect. What it does is it transforms that HDMI source into a USB usable video feed. So for example, you can use this, I was using this at the beginning to take the HDMI feed from my small Canon and then transforming it into a usable Elgato USB video stream. You can also attach things like other cameras, DVD players, anything that comes out with HDMI. The thing I wouldn't suggest, at least not with the Camlink, is streaming gaming from consoles like PlayStation 5, like Xbox, etc., or even desktops that have very powerful gaming cards. The reason for that is the refresh rate is not so high. You're talking 30 or 60 depending on the resolution, whereas gaming, you know, nowadays goes easily above 120 hertz. To do that, I would definitely suggest utilizing the Elgato 4K X capture card. I use that, for example, for my capture of my gaming desktop, and it works fine. So this is definitely good for any video source that is not demanding or highly demanding on either resolution with high frequency refresh rates or just high refresh rates. This isn't the device for that. But again, I bought this one, which was the second one I've bought in August. I had one for 2 years before that, and I was using it even abroad. It's just absolutely amazing. If you want to transform a good camera into webcam, for example, for a Zoom meeting or a Google Meet or any one of those meeting platforms, and you want to look a bit better than with the webcam that you get, then that's definitely something worth looking at. Moving on. Yes. So I told you I was utilizing the A10 Mini Extreme. This is can look a bit daunting. It's a video, well, it's actually more than one thing. It's a video recorder, it's a video interface, and a mixer. It also supports audio. I do not run audio through it, but you can if you want. It records multi-track, therefore I'll probably do this in the behind the scenes, but I have a screen in front of me that has all the cameras, and you can see their feeds without them being live. So you're seeing what's called the program feed, which is the live feed that I want you to see, but then there are all the other ones that I could potentially switch over to if I retain to need it. So that's a very nice piece of kit. Again, it can record, so that adds redundancy if you need to be fail-safe, especially if you're doing stuff for other people. Example, if this video, there were to be a problem, I mean, nothing's going to happen. I can re-record it and it's fine. If we're looking at someone else's content and you've taken a commitment, then you definitely want redundancy. So for example, the Rode is also recording the audio separately to the computer that's recording the audio. It's also being recorded inside the A10 Mini. And yeah, this is a really nice piece of kit. You can control up to 8 HDMI sources. That's what those buttons are for, these ones that you see here. Those buttons literally let you choose the source physically. One of the reasons I've gone down this route is I know you could do this, and a lot of people say you could do this with something like the Elgato Stream Deck, the Neo or the full-size one. I've got both. I tend to not use them because I don't want to overload with software variabilities and risks. This is a device that's literally made for managing video sources. Bear in mind though, that if you connect this via USB-C, which is how I've got it at the moment, you will have one single source video. So you're going to see it as one camera. So you're seeing me talk here on the right. Anything going into that ATEM is going to be treated as one source in going out. So if you need something different, then you're going to have to go down the route of either doing the USB-C, which is what I was showing you, or you're going to need multiple, let's call them video devices. You could put an ATEM next to, for example, a Rode Video S, or you could go down the route of software versions of these interfaces. It's totally up to you. Again, I use this one. I find it extremely good for practical reasons of the buttons. Easy to press. Once you use it for a while, your fingers just get used to the controls, and it's a lot easier. So this one's very good, nice piece of kit. It's a bit on the expensive side, but again, Blackmagic, 100% good technology. Moving on, something completely different. This isn't content provider stuff. This is if you're into travel. We try to do some travel when we can, typically in the summer. We've tried to use caravans. One of the things we did for the first time was travel with the caravan. They have got fridges in them. They're not massively useful, I don't think. I found this fridge is absolutely amazing. It's a 50-litre fridge, so that's already big volume. But it's controllable via app. It's electric. It's quite quiet. You can have multiple power sources, so you can use either a portable battery. For example, in another video I'll show you, we bought a portable, one of those big, large batteries, can supply roughly a day's worth of electricity, has USB, USB-C, socket out, etc. This was running completely off of it, and can go all the way down to -21 or -25. So you can use it as a freezer. So for example, the freezer in caravans tends to be very small. This is massive. You're talking 50 litres. Truckers use them. In fact, you can see it's used for trucking. You can use it in boating. We've bought it, for example, a couple of times onto the boat to just, use it for keeping stuff cool on a hot summer day. It's just a very good piece of kit. It's got a trolley incorporated in it, so you don't even have to carry it around. So yeah, if you're looking for something for someone that's passionate about camping, about going out in the open, this is a very good piece of kit for doing that. So yeah, that's definitely a good recommendation there. Still for outside, I drink a lot of water, probably about 2 litres, 2.5 litres a day. And I was fed up of all those plastic water bottles that either give a nasty taste to the water after a while or just tend to get warm very quickly. These ones are a good brand. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they are Swiss. They're aluminium, but they're also thermal. So they have the isolation barrier in the middle, which is basically like a thermos flask. I tried putting, just to have before this video, 2 days ago put some cold water in. The next day it was still about as cold as I'd poured it, and this morning it was still cold. So this is to give you an idea of its efficiency. You've got different sizes. The 500 ml will fit in a cup holder for the car. The 1 litre and the 750 will not, unfortunately. They're too wide. So if you're looking for that usage, then those two sizes aren't okay. If you're looking instead for just travel, they even have a very nice fly hook. Or You can also use the handle at the top. Let's see if I can actually get it to show. No, let me see. Yeah, here, that hook's really good for attaching to a belt or to something. So yeah, very nice product. Not too expensive, nice gift if you've got to give it to someone that likes trekking, walking, going in the mountain, or even just if they're looking at the season now for skiing. Drinking, especially when you're doing that, is really important. You definitely want to have hydration, and this is a great tool for that. Moving on, this is more for anyone that uses a computer a lot. I was getting problems, well, I have generally problems around my nerves and things, so my hand would get sore quite easily. This Logitech MX turns your hand vertically. Takes some time to get used to. I still think it's an absolutely amazing product in the sense that it really does keep your hand in a natural position. It's wireless if you want it to be wireless, but it can also be wired if you prefer. I tend to use it wired, but again, it's totally up to you. You can use it wireless as well. The comfort you get out of this device if you stick with it after a week or so is unrivaled to any other thing I've tried. I've tried those with the ball that you move around with the thumb. I've tried Microsoft ones. I tried the Logitech, the MX3, I think it is the one that is the normal mouse. They all have that problem of if you're doing a lot of video editing, a lot of use of the mouse, even if you're into gaming. This isn't a gaming mouse, but it's built very well, and I would definitely recommend it for that use. So yeah, Logitech MX Vertical, very good device. Works on Mac, on PC, definitely worth using. By the way, also, if you've got an iPad and you don't want to use the trackpad of the Apple Magic Keyboard, you can use this one as well. So this is very good. Right, into a different realm completely. If you're a content creator and you have the problem I have, which is, for example, with my Red, battery will last about 20 minutes. These are what are called V-mount batteries. SmallRig is a brand that makes some very, very good components. The rig that holds my Red is a SmallRig one. The handle is a SmallRig one for the Komodo. The SmallRig is also used for the quick detach from the stand. I just use them for anything, even the little arms that hold the lights. This is a 99 watt-hour battery, so this is just under the 100 watt-hour limit of airlines. So you can bring this in the aeroplane. I brought this up with me recently when I had to bring the ashes of my mum for the funeral. I brought this up because I needed to keep the phone and the devices I had with me charged. It's very, very powerful. It's chargeable via USB-C. It supports DTAP, so I can connect, for example, straight into the, let me see if I've got the cable here, yeah, straight into the Red camera. Probably not the best like that, yeah. So this is the DTAP connector, and that will go straight into the battery and be used. So this is a V battery, as I said, V mount. Let me see if I can find you a picture. Yeah, here it shows you the perfect example. If you're not into DTAP, you can still use this for USB-C powering. It's got two USB-C out ports. They're the same also in port for charging it, and it also has a USB normal output. So very, very good. It's got a digital display. Let me see if I can put it. Yeah, here it shows it. Gives you the percentage of charge remaining. It's just a very good device. You can go for the orange one, this is the one I bought, or you can go with a grey or blackish grey, which is whatever one you prefer. So if you've got someone that's into content creation and they're always struggling or complaining about batteries and they're maybe using the little Canon format, this is the gift for them, and it works very well, and it goes together with it. Yes, I did mark it, thank goodness. This is the SmallRig V-mount, so this is literally sat behind my camera at the moment. It's got a rapid detach underneath for coming off of the stand. So I can go from this mode, which is studio mode, straight into run and gun outside. And the way I do that is attach the V battery here in this back part, and the battery clips in. Then you attach the D-tap link here, and you're off to the races. You can also have these connectors exist for other devices. They don't have to be the one for Red. You can use them for lots of other cameras. I know a lot of you use Sony, for example. You can attach a Sony to these, and they give you a genuine 6-7 hour of battery. So totally better than going with the small little ones that you have to constantly take off, take on. And they're also more susceptible to have to use a lot of cycles in their life of usage, where these bigger batteries, they're being used for longer, necessarily don't have to have so many cycles. So that's a nice piece of kit there for you, or for anyone that you know that would like to go down that route. Something on the health side, I like to brush my teeth with an electric brush. My dentist tells me I have to. This device is really, really good. Now, I used to have the previous series. I gave that to my son and I went with this one. The Series 10 is just got so much tech in it. The application will monitor and mentor you in how to brush your teeth. The brush itself has got an accelerometer. It's got the way of knowing in what position it's held. It can understand if you're brushing above, in front, behind, below, and it will tell you if you're doing the right type of brushing for the right amount of time and with the right purpose. So you can also set some objectives. If you're trying to do a very intense clean, it will help you do that. If you're looking to do something maybe a bit less intense, it will teach you how to do that as well. This is a very nice device. When it first came out, it was nearly 600 euros, I think it was. Now you're talking easily, like you can see that, 299 deal. Definitely a nice present. You can get it white like this, or if you prefer it, you can go black. It also comes with the travel case, which is also a charger. So that will keep your device charged. You can easily bring that in your luggage. We did that just this recent when we went up for my mum's funeral. We're going to do it now for Christmas when we go down to visit friends. It's just really comfortable, and brush is great. And yeah, it's Oral-B. It's a name, a guarantee. Moving on. This is something a bit different. I thought I'd put you this here. I know lots of people have pets. Typically dogs or cats would be the target for this type of device. If you have them often in the car, accidents can happen, spillages can happen. It's normal. You know that you mustn't obviously, mortify the animal by remarking on it. But at the end of the day, if the spillage does happen, it smells quite foul, obviously, and the car then just becomes disgusting. So we use this. It's a Vax carpet cleaner, or upholstery cleaner, if you want to call it like that. It's really good. It's targeted at animals, so it's got, not to wash the animals, obviously, but it's got the brush that turns, so you can wash the upholstery with it. It dries. I've done the test. If you wash quite deeply, we did this after a spillage that happened over the summer, and I would say within midday the next day, the car was completely dry. So very good device. It sprays water with a detergent, specific detergent, so make sure you use the right one. Then hoovers it up together with the dirt. The dirt then fills up in the residual bucket, and then you throw it away. And that's a very nice piece of kit. Works for sofas as well if you've got animals going around the house. Every now and again, I would just suggest in general that this is a good idea. It's also valid. We do it for our dog that has one of her own beds is a mattress that can get a bit, not dirty, but it's worth passing it. We do it every 6 months, and it works very well. So this is another nice gift if you've got someone that has animals. I would suggest it. Here, this is another one that we use quite often, especially I do, unfortunately, because I have eyesight problems, as you know. I've probably said it quite a few times. One of the issues I have with Lego is actually seeing the pieces, especially if they're the small ones, or seeing the instructions that tell you how to put the pieces. So this is a magnifying glass that has, I think it's 12x, no, 10x, sorry, or actually goes up to 15 with a little circle bit. So I would say 10x is the big broad one, the 15x is the little circle inside. It supports lighting, so USB-C, you can plug it in, that gives you lighting. It's a nice non-obtrusive light that comes from underneath. It's genuinely good. Again, if you've got someone not necessarily into Lego, but model building, that's definitely something you can use this for. Model building's perfect. Anything like, I don't know if you're into, for example, 40,000, you know, the little miniature soldiers, they need painting, they need gluing. This type of equipment's really good. It comes both with the base, if you don't want to attach to the table, or if you want to attach to the table, it's also got the table mount. Not too expensive, nice little gift if you've got anyone into modeling or something like that. Even sewing, if they have eyesight problems, I use it also for sewing sometimes. The very last one I'm going to show today is another nice little piece of kit. I've bought this really recently. I've actually got it with the Black Friday deal. It's the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. We've been using this consistently now for recording the videos that my wife and I do for cooking on her channel. We used to use the Red. It was an incredible amount of faff. And to be honest, you've always got to look at the use case for the kit that you're getting. So for a cooking video, you don't necessarily need the crispness that you get out of a setup like the Red Komodo. The easiest thing you can do there, excellent piece of kit, Pocket 3 Osmo, supports app broadcasting, so you can see on the app of the DJI iPhone app or Android what the Osmo is seeing. You can move the gimbal. It gives you extremely stable footage. We used it. We had our little cousin of my son over, and we took some video on the beach, and it was absolutely stunning. It was like having a Steadicam, basically. So if you've ever used things like DJI's, you know, the ones for holding the phone, they're the same type of power, but the CMOS sensor is inside the Pocket 3 itself. So that's definitely a nice piece of kit. It records internally on a CF card, or you can also just stream it straight to the application. So in this, I've kind of tried to summarize a bit of the tech devices that I would suggest to anyone that is into tech, or for presents to someone that likes tech. There'll be another video that we're going to record today, which will be more around what my wife suggests for things in the home. Yes, they are tech, but we kind of wanted to give the angle that has more to do with things for the home, not necessarily tech lovers in the sense that they can be devices that are used autonomously, whereas the things I've shown you are kind of stuff that you interact with and you use, and you've got to like tech to, you know, get involved with them. So having said that, thank you very much for having watched. I hope this was useful for you. Let me repeat the fact that, again, the links underneath, they have the two versions, the ones with a small commission, so the affiliate links, or the ones without. It's totally up to you which ones you use. I personally, if I look at content of other content providers, always use the affiliate links because I want to support the community of content creators, just like myself and my wife. You don't have to, it's a personal choice. If you do want to, just click those. If you rather just go straight to the links and do your own purchases without any affiliates, they're mentioned as well. Having said that, a reminder, not sponsored, haven't been brand paid to do any of these. These are genuine things. You saw on most of them, there's either the purchase in Amazon or it's stuff that I've purchased independently. No one is telling me what to to show you or whatnot. I've done a collection that I think is good for this year's festive period. It kind of covers different hobbies, kind of covers different passions. Once again, thanks for watching, enjoy the festive period, and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.